I feel a little better with my normal coffee cup this morning. I don't know, I just always feel weird when I don't have my right coffee cup. It's a me thing, probably.
It may seem ridiculous to you the way I do the things I do. So very sorry, friend, you got no box to put me in.
It is midweek and I'm headed into work today. I was off yesterday and I had Molly and I got to hang out, and that was great. It was actually her decision to want to come over Monday night and then stay all day Tuesday with me, which she's a 14-year-old teenage girl. So as you dads out there, single dads know, that's kind of a big deal. So I was thrilled. We had a good time. I am at a point where I've gone down so many rabbit holes lately. You know, I looked at what it would be or what it would take to get a different type of vehicle and build it out. Only because I was thinking like full-time living. What would be the best full-time living vehicle? And I'm not quite at that point where I could even consider really full-time living. You know, so many things would need to fall in place before something like that would happen. And it's a dream, you know, like that's something that, yeah, I would love to be able to do, is do podcasts and YouTube videos and other things related to the overland world that would let me do this full time. That would be the dream scenario. And if it does happen one day, then I will be completely blessed and feel totally grateful for all the things. But there's a lot of hard work that goes into that. And so all of you guys that are full-time creators, hats off to you. I know what it takes for me to even do this small channel. So the effort and the work that you would need to do to be full-time and to maintain that is insane. Like I've watched some things and talked to some people, and it's insane how much you have to do. But with that in mind, I don't need a full-time vehicle. At least maybe not yet. So what are the things that I would do to the Nissan to create a better environment for even weekend warrior kind of stuff? Now, I'm back in Oklahoma. That's completely different than living in Alaska. Obviously, I know that every day. God, it's so hot here. So what are some of the things that I would look at or look for in my journey moving forward as a weekend warrior, a part-time creator, like all of those things? What are the things that I would look for? For me, I go down a couple different ways. Now, I could keep the Quickptich Roof Top Tent, which I have loved since day one. I still love that thing. I only wish I could stand up or sit down better in my camping situation and still be protected from the elements. Now, you can sit up in the rooftop tent just fine, but you don't have any back support. You know, I'm getting old, is what it is. The big ladder is more of a concern. I twisted my knee last weekend. I wanted to go camping last weekend, but I twisted my knee right before the weekend happened and I could barely walk. There's no way that I was going to be able to get up in a rooftop tent with a twisted knee. There's no way. I tried, and it was difficult to say the least. And it's just not, I'm getting older. I have bad knees. So those are some of the concerns that I have. And then whenever I start looking at what are the different options for my Frontier, there's not a ton. There's more than there used to be. And there's a few that I'm really excited about. And I'm going to share those with you. And I could see within the next year making one of these two a possibility. So the first one that I want to tell you about is the Radica Moonlander X. I've been eyeing this thing for a long time. In fact, I drew or I painted, whatever you want to call it, a picture of one and the guys reached out and they want to use it for a t-shirt. And I said, sure, that's kind of awesome. So hopefully they'll be rolling that shirt out if they're still going to do that. That one is super cool. It is a, so you put it on just the top of the bed of your truck. It's a topper. It does have a cab over. It's not a cab over that's big enough to sleep in. It's more of to put the bed platform whenever you stow everything away. If you're not familiar with it, it's pretty cool. It's not tall enough to stand in, although you can get a bubble sunroof option that, depending on your height and the model that you get or the truck that you have, you might be able to stand up all the way underneath that bubble. So kind of cool. The pricing, I think the one that I priced out with all the options that I could think that I would want was around $14,000. Now, if you look on their website, they're like $7,900 for the base, and you quickly go up from there. You start adding different things that you're kind of gonna need. Windows, I think a max airflow fan type thing is needed. Especially if you're going to run any kind of heat system to keep that condensation from happening. And they have an insulation package. They have all kinds of things that you can add to it. So that is a very, very enticing topper. Like I said, I've been looking at it for a while. And then whenever I was at the Moore Expo, I ran into some guys that have the M1 Tune or Tune M1 camper. Now it's a topper. It goes on the top of your truck or top of your bed, and it has a cab over thing, but it's a pop-up topper. So it's not a full slide in, but it does have that pop-up feature. And then whenever it's popped up, I think it's like 6'6" in height. Standing height, and there's a queen size bed over the cab of your truck. You can pull out another attachment to make it a king size bed. I don't think I would ever need that. I just don't think I would. So if you keep the queen size option, then you still get the full space of the bed of the pickup truck. And much like the Moonlander, it is extended wider than your truck, so you can sleep widthwise to the truck and still be, I think, 6 foot plus, maybe a little over 6 foot, and still sleep like that. I'm 5'9", 5'10" on a good day. So I think that is a great option. I think the pricing is going to be similar in that 14,000 range. I'm not exactly sure, but it seems like that's kind of the way that breaks down for what I would want out of it. Is it a better option than the Radica? I'm still not sure. It has the canvas around. You can get the insulation package for it. Obviously, we're bringing up the price on that when you start adding the insulation package, the max airflow fan, and different things. So yeah, makes me kind of wonder. Now with the Radica, one of the things that I saw with the Radica, if you're not worried about standing up, because the bed is up above your frame rails, I've seen guys that sit in it when it's in couch mode and your feet dangle and don't touch the ground. But then I saw a guy that put in a deck type system in his truck and had the Moonlander X. And then when he sat down, his feet were on the ground. It's little things like that, but then you can't stand up. Is that a big deal? I don't know. It's one of the things that I wanted, and the Tune offers that. The Moonlander, you'd have to get the bubble. Your bed space is in the bed of the truck. Not saying that those are knocks, because you can still put all your stuff underneath the bed. Also, the good thing about the bed is that you can put the bed all the way away in the Moonlander X. But in the tune, it's always out of the way. It's going to be more expensive. Still not sure what I want to do. I know that my truck is probably not ideal as far as size for doing the podcast inside the truck like I've kind of always wanted to. I think the Moonlander is a definite no on that, if I had to guess. Now, I could do it by myself. I think that'd be no big deal. The tune, maybe I could configure that because I could use the bed all the time into a configuration that I could. I really like, now going off topic, I really like the Scouts pop-up camper, but it's like $37,000. A huge difference in, I mean, we're talking more than half or more than double the price for the Scout version versus either one of those other options. Now, the Scout is a slide-in, so it's probably going to be better insulated, and you already have an interior configuration. So once you actually customize your Moonlander or your M1 tune M1, whichever way it is, as soon as you do that, you're probably closer to the price, but not, I don't see it costing just as much as the camper to do some cabinets and a bench. I just don't. So that's kind of where I'm at. The other thing I can do is just add the deck system, be happy with what I've got, quit dreaming about something different, something better, and just move on, and then save all that money. That's probably the smart thing to do, but we all know I'm not very smart, so we'll see what happens. What do you think? Like, if you had a Nissan Frontier 5-foot bed, what topper or what camping situation would you do in your Frontier? Limited space, much like the, you know, the Gladiator and the Tacoma with a 5-foot bed and the Ford Ranger with a 5-foot bed. What do you think's the best option out there for a mid-size truck with a 5-foot bed? It's what I struggle with. Every day I struggle with that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I want to get you guys updated on what my current mental struggles were. And my knee's feeling a lot better. Thanks for asking. Feeling way better. I'm able to get around without my brace on, and everything seems like it's getting back to normal. So hopefully we'll have a camp here soon. I do have to work Saturday though. That's why I wanted to camp this last Saturday, because I'm off one Saturday a month, and that was my Saturday. So I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, whatever you do, make sure that you go all over. Thanks, guys.
Tiger just can't go and change his stripes. I fooled you once.